Now it's working.
Alright, I'm gonna hang
You
up the
work?
phone now.
It works for you. What the hell?
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I think it was on my end because I think I didn't enable the live streaming. I think that's what was holding it back.
All right. Well, we'll try it on my end later then. Like
Alright.
later.
Yeah, I mean,
We
if
got it running. It's live. We're good.
yeah, now I just need to go get a webcam and start setting that up. I mean, unless I can do everything from my tablet, but I
I
haven't
don't know
explored
if you
that
can or
option
not.
yet.
Yeah, I don't know if you can or not.
Because I know I got Skype on there, and I'm trying to do everything on my phone too.
Your little camera that you have don't work.
No, it's not. It's not set up properly for it, unfortunately. So, yeah,
Well, at least we got something going.
yeah. Just out of curiosity, does it show that you're on the YouTube page or on the Google Hangout page?
Google Hangout.
Okay, because when I was talking to you before, it was putting me directly to YouTube, and
That could be another part of the problem. I don't know why it would be doing that. Oh, I know why it would be doing that. The link I was sending you. I bet you I was sending you dead links.
that would also explain the time delay.
That would. That that would be a very, very good possibility of what could be happening. I
And
didn't
the
even think about that until you just said that.
and to think, I'm talking to you through an old PS3 mic.
Nice.
Ugh. Okay. But at the same time, at least now we know that if you can get people in the group now to tell them to enable live streaming, I think that was also part of the problem.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here.
I'm doing that right now, actually.
Just joined. Hi there. Oh. Ugh.
We can get a couple people to bite on this.
All right. Let's see here. All right. Got that going.
So, did you watch my latest video yet?
Not yet. I was actually going to be it's on my list. If I don't watch it tonight, I was going to be watching it tomorrow.
Yeah, having a nice little DC rant on there. I think you'll like that.
Oh, nothing to beat Batman and Robin.
No, my rant was basically about how they're saying the movie universe and TV universe are going to be separate, but yet they announced this week that Deadshot isn't coming back for Arrow next season because
Yeah.
of the Suicide Squad movie coming out. So basically, I'm calling them out on their double standard.
Well, the only thing I was going to point out and I haven't been able to make a video about it yet, or at least broadcast it anyway, was there's a lot of people that underestimate or put down Marvel's Agents of Shield.
Well, yeah, I went and said that too. The Achilles heel to Agents of Shield is that everybody's like, oh, it's a superhero show, and it's really, really lame. No, it's a show about the organization of Shield that is within a superhero universe, not
Well,
a superhero show.
well, what I was going to go on record and saying is this is this generation Star Trek for the most part. If you go back and watch like the original Star Trek, Next Generation, DS9, the TV shows influenced the movies. This time, the Marvel Universe did it backwards. The movies influenced the TV shows,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where everyone is getting upset about. It's like, oh yes, the movies are great, but yet the TV shows can't live up to that glory. But yet at the same time, they're TV shows; they're not supposed to.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Because the TV show budget is so much smaller than the movie budget.
yeah,
You're not going to see ABC pump out millions of dollars like they just did for Age of Ultron, for all the CGI, for all the Ultron bots, and for Ultron to go head-to-head with all the Avengers and have all the special explosions and all this hunky-dory that you're looking for. You're not going to have that in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Now, they kind of went balls out to the wall with the Season 1 finale, and I could see them doing that again at the Season 2 finale, but that's because it's the finale.
yeah, and the
No,
way
they had Nick Fury in the finale for like the entire episode. At Samuel L. Jackson, he's big money as is.
yeah, I mean, heck, any one of the Avengers is big money right now, to be honest.
Well,
I mean,
even Coulson, the guy that plays Coulson, he was in the whole MCU thing from the start. How in the hell they got him to flip the script and to take lower pay to be in a show is beyond me.
well,
I'm sorry, as an actor, if I'm in big ticket blockbuster movies, you think you would want to stay there. But he was willing to step down and take one for the team, no pun intended.
well, yeah, but at the same time, we don't know how much he was getting paid in the big movies, though, either. I mean, this might be just like a minor pay cut. Because remember, he didn't have the bigger roles in the movies. I mean, in the movies, his biggest roles were in what? Iron Man 1, kind of Iron Man 2, kind of Thor, and Avengers.
Avengers is where he shined. Avengers is where he gained a lot of popularity.
Yeah, I mean,
His one-liner, his witty one-liners that he had, especially with Captain America, is what ended up making him so popular.
well, and that was,
I mean, heck, he became so popular that they wrote him into the Disney version of the Spider-Man cartoon to be Spider-Man's principal, if I recall correctly.
well, I know Coulson got wrote into, I think it was Ultimate Spider-Man, I think, the recent one that came out. But
Yeah,
I don't know what he was doing there.
but he's even, from what I'm understanding, I mean, I haven't read any of the new Marvel comics because I've been out of the comic book world forever. I just now got my first stack of comic books in, God, I'd say 15 years. And the new comic books, from what I'm understanding, Coulson's going to be in them eventually, if he already isn't.
Well,
It's because he's so popular. They did to him what I can't think of the Chloe Sullivan from Smallville. She wasn't even supposed to be a character. She just got wrote in.
yeah.
And she's so popular that now she has her own character in the comic books. So, and Allison Mack, you can bet your sweet ass Allison Mack is getting royalty beyond royalty for that.
Oh, I know.
She doesn't have to do anything. She just sit back as long as them comic books keep selling. She just sit back and go, la di la di la. You know, she's done. She's got it made.
I'm trying to think here. No, I was watching another. I don't know if you've heard of him. He calls himself Emergency Awesome, and I
Not
can't believe how dead on he was, especially
about.
with the latest uh Agents of Shield episode. He must be watching these episodes from advance because he called right down the middle that Sky's mother was going to be back on the show. I'm thinking, how? I'm thinking, wait a minute, you've already killed off this character. How can you bring her back? Then it's like, oh, don't worry, she'll be back. I'm like, huh? And then he's saying that Whitehall's supposed to come back. I'm thinking, huh? You have two major deaths in the MCU, and now you're going to bring them back?
Whitehall's going to be difficult to bring back, not unless Whitehall ends up being an Inhuman.
Well, and that's how I think they're going to bring him back, because the only thing that
Will
really,
he be able to touch the obelisk and not be
no,
affected?
no, he was the one that took Sky's mother's organs and put it into his own body to make himself immortal.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I can
But
see
yet,
how. Well, if he's immortal, he can't die.
but yet, I'm still baffled over Sky's mother because they showed her in the last episode. And okay, yeah, I see all the scars, I see all the markups, but they even said earlier on in the season that they completely shredded her body and that Sky's father buried her. I'm thinking, okay, I can understand the burying part, but how did you come back to life if one person has all your organs? Did I miss something here?
Well, maybe that'll get explained in the next episode.
I'm hoping, because as soon as I saw her right there,
When she walked in,
I was
yeah.
like, no. Even I was almost calling foul on that episode. I'm like, you can't be here. I know it's a comic book universe, but yet normally when in a comic book universe, unless there's a big reason on how to come back to life, especially
You're
after
done.
when someone says that they buried you and took all your stuff, you're normally gone.
Yeah, you're not pulling a Deadpool or Wolverine.
Yeah. Ugh.
Uh, I like episode 1. They were Inhumans, and somebody that's stupid to the Inhuman storyline. I mean, me as example, had no idea it was coming until people started putting pieces together. Well, this is happening, and this person's showing up, and that's supposed to be an Inhuman. And then I started diving into it a little bit and looking into the Inhumans. Like, okay, yeah, episode 1 set that up. As soon as they introduced Sky, they set that up. And then now with the two factions of S.H.I.E.L.D., you almost can say they're setting the seed for Civil War.
Yeah, they're already setting that. I already knew
That
that as soon as they said there was two shields. I'm
yeah,
thinking, okay.
there's the seed for Civil War, and I think Coulson's side is going to go Stark and can't think of his character's name right now for the life of me, so I'm going to call him the guy from Battle. I can't even think of his Battlestar Galactica name.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
And I'm a huge fan of that shit. I see that being Captain America's side.
Oh.
That's just how I see that playing. Because I
Yeah.
don't see Coulson and this guy resolving their issues before season 2 is over with.
No,
Because
I don't
season
see
2 is
that.
almost.
I mean, I see
And now
season 2 ending on another big cliffhanger, and then there's going to be a season 3. There has to be.
well, yeah, they, from what I understand, are already planning on a season 3. But my whole throw a monkey wrench into the works moment, other than obviously we're getting Spider-Man and he's showing up in Civil War, that's all but been confirmed. My monkey wrench moment is where in the hell is Ant-Man going to play in all this?
Well,
Because we know nothing about this guy. He's not been name dropped or nothing within the universe yet. Nobody
yeah.
knows anything about this guy. So hopefully, maybe he gets name dropped uh, within Ultron. Hopefully,
I mean, I'm hoping as well, but Ant-Man is going to be.
because they need to do something that's going to get trampled on, no pun intended, with Ultron. Ultron's going to slam Ant-Man into the dirt, and it's not like it's Ant-Man's fault. Case in point, you said before, if I recall, and I still don't understand the logic behind this. But you said that a lot of people were saying that Ant-Man is going to be Marvel's uh, end of Phase 1, which there's already been an end of Phase 1, if you ask me, and
Well,
2,
the
that's going to be the first
official
epic.
end to Phase 1 because Ant-Man was in development for almost a decade. That's why a lot of people were saying this is the official end to Phase 1 because this movie was supposed to be out around the time of Thor, if I remember correctly. They wanted to get this out before Captain America to set up uh, Avengers, who was supposed to be in Avengers, but yet they couldn't get the film developed in time. So what they did was they said, okay, we got to rewrite the script. We got to. This movie has had so many problems with it, and a lot of people were thinking, okay, maybe this will be the first time a Marvel movie will fail because of how many problems are going into it because of script rewrites, um, actors leaving the the set. I think this is the third director they're going through with this movie. I mean, there is numerous problems with it, and that's why the official Ant-Man trailer that dropped, I think it finished up. I think it was like 2 weeks after they finished up filming officially. So they quickly got it out there as fast as possible. It was nuts. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, so if you're rushing this movie out, I mean, I understand you want to get it out there before Civil War, but yet, um, where is this going to stand in the Marvel Universe? Or is this going to be like an Incredible Hulk movie where they just want to throw it out there and see where it lands? And that's why I'm saying this is kind of like the official end to Phase 1.
Personally, I think if you ask me, Hulk deserves a sequel. I'm sorry. I'll say that until he gets one. Hulk deserves more screen time than just being a sideshow for Avengers.
I mean, the only thing I'm tired of hearing, and I don't want to see this, I am tired of everyone trying to push for a
Black
Planet
Bolt.
Hulk movie. I am tired of
Yeah,
it. I am
I
tired of
don't want to
hearing
see
it.
that either.
The only, the biggest turnoff to
The only
Planet
way that would
Hulk,
remotely work is Guardians of the Galaxy, and even then, that's a long shot.
I mean, the only reason why I say I don't like Planet Hulk, because yes, I saw the animated film, I've read some of those comics, and I hate the beginning of it because it gets the entire brain trust of Marvel superheroes like Tony Stark, Mr. Fantastic, Doctor Strange, Ant-Man, all in the same room, and their theory to getting rid of Hulk is to just shift him off into space and give him to someone else's problem. No, no, I'm sorry. And I tell people it won't fit in the Marvel universe, especially with how they got Banner and Stark pretty much acting on the same page. That'll never happen.
Yeah, I already foregone the conclusion when they do Civil War that Banner and Stark are going to be on the same side. And if they're not, that'll be one hell of a tailspin.
Um, the only way I could see Hulk in um in Civil War is he's either gonna team with Stark or he's gonna be neutral. He's like, yeah, I'm just gonna stay out of this. You guys go at it. Because as far as I know, Thor is gonna be the same way. He's supposed to be, as soon as the end of Age of Ultron happens,
Well,
he's
they need
supposed to be back on um, Asgard again. Supposed to
they need
be.
to do something with Thor, and they need to do something with Thor because Thor: The Dark World. See, say I consider Thor: The Dark World to be a first flop for Marvel. Thor: The Dark World was not that good. I mean, it's entertaining. It's got the Iron Man formula and put it into Thor, which I think worked really, really well for it. But overall, I mean, what was the main villain's name again? Because honestly, I don't remember, and to me, that's the problem.
Um, all I remember from Thor: The Dark World was that it was that dark elf or whatever. Um,
Yeah, but what was his name? Do you remember?
oh, give me a minute. Um,
I remember Loki, obviously.
oh yeah, everyone remembers Loki's part in that movie, and everyone's still asking the
Well,
burning question:
yeah,
where's Odin? I guess we didn't
Loki's
see that scene.
awesome though. That's the thing. Loki was, I mean, to his credit, Loki wasn't the greatest bad guy they could have put up against the Avengers for their first Avengers movie, but Loki in his own right is a pretty well stout badass.
Yeah. Um, and that was the other
He
thing.
has a lot of capabilities to mess with people.
And that was the other thing I found out too. Um, going back on even the Avengers. God, what was the Avengers' first villain army from outer space? Um,
The Chidori.
the Chitauri. Yeah, I found out originally they wanted the Skrulls to be the enemy. But they were too
Scrolls.
afraid they didn't get the rights to it because I think it tied into the Fantastic Four universe.
I don't remember the Scrolls. Then again, I wasn't in the Fantastic Four, so that that could be a very possible idea because I'm not familiar with Scrolls and
That's why they got
it's
the
part of
Kree
the
right now, but
Fantastic Four universe. Yeah,
they want they wanted the Skrulls and the Kree to go at it in outer space, but yet I think there's some kind of someone owns the rights to the Skrulls, and I think it's Fox. And
they need Marvel needs to get all their crap back. Is what it is.
well, and this is the one thing
The
that's
only thing
driving me
Fox has got
nuts.
going good right now, Marvel, is X-Men, and that's only because they brought the original X-Men director. Everyone Scott back. They brought Xavier back. I mean, granted, technically Xavier came back at the end of the Last Stand after the post-credit scene. If anybody had stopped and watched it, but question like looking like himself again.
All right,
I mean,
let me try something. All right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what. I mean, I understand the X-Men. I understand why they're pushing the Inhumans front because they want their own version of mutants in the Marvel universe, which is fine. I mean, I don't mind developing other
Well,
characters we haven't seen. Get something like a Cyclops going. Get something like a Wolverine going in the MCU. I mean, if you have all these characters, use them. You don't just rely on the tried and true. Which,
mhm.
I mean, I
Like Spider-Man doesn't need, if, and I could be totally wrong on this, but the way I'm understanding it is Sony still has rights to Spider-Man, but they're loaning him over to Marvel to be included in the MCU for more exposure. So by rights, and I wish they would keep Andrew Garfield, but I know they're not, uh, because this would work out really well. They could just build off what they've done with Amazing Spider-Man and just keep running with it
well,
and explain why he wasn't part of the first wave of Avengers.
well, this is what I'm understanding with the whole Spider-Man Sony Marvel agreement is that Andrew Garfield is gone. He's
Sadly,
no
but yeah.
longer going to be a part of the Spider-Man universe in either one. That was part of the agreement. Number
Yeah,
two, if I'm
I don't
understanding
agree
this
with
agreement
that at all.
correctly, um, he's going to be whoever plays Spider-Man first for the MCU is going to be doing the same thing for the Sony movies as well because they still want to continue with making the Sinister Six and having an Amazing Spider-Man 3. But in order to make the complete agreement, they have to get someone new to do Spider-Man for Marvel. And to do that, I know Marvel is going to be doing a Spider-Man standalone film, and the whole there isn't going to be an origin story to that one. It's going to be its own thing, and I think what they're doing, and don't quote me officially, it's going to be like the Incredible Hulk movie. Like the entire origin story is going to be in the opening credits. And I think that's what's going to be the plan to bring in Spider-Man in. And the biggest drops are Spider-Man's supposed to be at the end credits of Age of Ultron, show up in Civil War, and then have his own movie. If I'm understanding this
Yeah, that's what a lot of
entire thing
people.
correctly.
That's what a lot of people are speculating. That's what a lot of people are speculating is going to be the mid-credit scene. Uh, because there is supposed to be no end credit scene at all, which is kind of surprising because it goes against the formula that Marvel has. You pretty much expect an end credit scene from Marvel. That's like their tried and true, and this time they're not doing. Oh.
Alright.
Suicide cast changes and additions. Deathstroke, Hugo Strange, and more rumored.
He helped me find a better life.
What about the victims? Where's their better life?
I came here just the same.
Right now, we're basically just keeping this going, one, because we're talking, and two, we're seeing if anybody else will jump in on it. And so far, nobody has.
Yeah. I was surprised no one else has. No one's even commented on it.
Yeah, I know, and it's kind of odd. I was hoping. Well, hang on. No, John's mobile. Never mind. Oh, and AJ, I don't think's online right now.
Why don't you post the thing and set an actual date into it? Like everyone knows, like, I don't know, the 19th. Yeah, he's going.
What? Do it after I get off work?
Yeah. Like, set up a time, like, I don't know. 8 o'clock. I'll take all the kids upstairs. Set a date. And then say, hey, you guys want to join, this is the date and time that we're doing it, and we will post the link of right as we're getting ready to do it.
Well, it's also like I said to Steve too. Steve, I don't know if you can hear Kim or not, but
Yeah, I heard her.
This would be being that we're figuring this out and we're working the bugs out on how to operate this system. That this would be how we could do roundtables with Shane and Roberto and Chris out in Colorado and Cody in Arizona. You know, this is how we could get everybody together in discussion. Looking for we find, and I happened just to stumble on it today. So, and it's through YouTube, and it airs live, and it records. So if Steve wants to put it up on his channel, I can share it over on our channel. So I don't know if Steve realized record, and it keeps the video, and you can archive it, and you can edit it, and you can do what you want with it. You can make highlight reels and everything. There's a lot of stuff you can do with this. So
Whenever you decide to be done, let me know, because I want to sit and see if this med is approved.
all right, but I don't think anybody's going to jump on tonight short notice.
Yeah, I mean, I was hoping to at least
You're
get
like
maybe
Kim's
one or two people in. Cause,
Well, yeah, just to talk to somebody. Because like this, you get so much more out of it than just typing on a computer all day long, talking to someone.
I mean, and that's the only reason why I was really trying to get the video chats going, and try and get the video pages going, and the only thing that drives me nuts about the video pages, I've been just so busy, and my only day off has been Sundays, and I've been so burned out on Sundays doing everything else that I had to put on the back burner.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, something like this is really nice because then you get a group of people together. I don't know how many people you can do on this because obviously we haven't maxed it out, but depending on how many people you can do, it's nice to be able to just free flow chat and say things as they come to mind, like case in point, talking Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., talking about the upcoming movies coming up and what our thoughts are of the previous movies. You know, that makes it really nice, and
Can I get
more
on
personal.
there once I'm high on narcotics and anesthesia and act like a fool?
If we got Graham's computer up and running, you could be.
No, Graham's webcam does not work.
Oh no. Well, that sucks.
I can peek in over your and anesthesia and everything else. And good night.
Alright. But on that note, I'm gonna shut the broadcast feed off, and now I'm gonna call it a night. And I'm gonna post this before I shut the computer down. So if anyone wants to watch it and get an idea of how everything's gonna go down, then they'll have some idea.
Yeah, and also another tip for you that I happened to stumble across today. How have you been doing your videos? Have you been recording them via webcam and then uploading them to YouTube, or have you been recording straight through YouTube?
I've been recording through my webcam, my digital camera first, and then I've been uploading from there. Like, you know,
Let me save you a step. YouTube. like what we're doing right now,
Yeah.
you can make a video straight from YouTube without having to go through the upload process. I
Well-
didn't know that until today.
I mean, I could do that, but yet, I won't have the video feed, and that's the part that I'm trying
True.
to get. I'm trying to get done first. I'm trying to accomplish that, but then, as soon as I get a webcam, then I can start doing it directly to YouTube.
All right, but on that note, I will. Well, guess what? We just got our first hit on the on the group, and it was Alfonso and Ross. Either or thing up in the group for the night.
All right, but I'll talk to everyone
So,
later.